Hi. Thank you guys for getting on here live with me tonight. This is something I'm really excited about sharing with you because I think that it's something that I've really struggled with, and guaranteed if I'm struggling with it, a lot more people are struggling with it, including yourself, right? So the kind of basis around this call came because I reached this point in my business and I hit elite last year and 5-star and was sort of riding the high wave and everything was great. And I'm sure a lot of you guys might have felt this over this past year, 2016. It's almost like something happened, right? There's just like, not sure what it is, but somehow things, we just kind of got off track. Like there have been some really big major things that happened in 2016. So 2016 wasn't like a shit year, but it also wasn't like amazing all around. Does that make sense? Are you guys with me? Am I the only one? No. Okay, thank you. Virtual hand raise. So that's sort of where this came from, because I was almost at the point where I was dreading looking into 2017. I had no idea what I wanted. The thought of making really big goals made me feel not a good scared. It made me feel like I had something right here in my chest, and I instantly tensed up thinking about big goals and thinking about rank and thinking about all of these things. And I did not like that feeling. And I reached out to my success partner, Alexa Luckenbach. Is anybody here on Alexa's team? And I basically told her, I was like, homegirl, like, I'm a hot mess. I don't know what I want. I have no idea what I'm doing. I feel like a total failure. Anybody feel like that? Like, okay. So all what happened in the next 2 minutes was she wrote back and she said, I feel the exact same way. And the next day we made a call on a Saturday and we spent 5 hours on Zoom together. And it was exactly what we needed. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys tonight, is basically everything that we did, everything that I did, everything that I am going to share with you that Alexa did, and that kind of like how we worked together to get to that place where you can actually feel good about going into 2017 with some sort of a game plan, not specifically hard goals that are going to make you feel like you want to vomit, but things that are going to actually make you feel excited again. And for me, that's all I needed. I just needed to feel excited and happy again, because that's just how I function. If I'm sort of like down in the dumps, nothing's going to get done. So the very first thing that I had to realize was I needed to remove everything from this past year. Okay, so that's what I kind of wanted to start with. I know this is going to be a little weird. This might be out of your comfort zone, but I just want you guys to even just kind of close your eyes for a second and just like take a deep breath in through your nose, like draw your belly button in, relax your shoulders, and then just let out that exhale through your mouth. I mean, you guys are all on mute. Some of you don't even have your screen on, so there's no judgment. I promise everyone's eyes are closed, okay? So just take another deep breath in through your nose and just really think about lifting up your chest and filling it all in. And then exhaling, just sighing out, just kind of like think about releasing everything out. So fill it up, deep breath in. And then make it audible. So really exhale through the mouth. Really just think about like sinking down, just letting it all out. And then as you continue to breathe in through the nose, think about a few things that you might have thought were going to happen this year. And then exhale, let it out. So as you're breathing in and out, think about things from this past year that make you feel uneasy. And then on the exhale, just kind of think about letting it go, right? Like 2016 is over. Christmas is on Saturday. Also Hanukkah, which is like absolutely crazy, right? Inhale through the nose. And then just let it out. So there's really nothing that we can do anymore, right, about what happened this past year. Take a deep breath in. The only thing you can do, exhale, is move on, right? We can accept it. We can move on. So keep a few things running through your mind of 2016. And really exhaling, really think about just releasing it. Acknowledge what happened, and then let it go. Okay. So take one more big deep breath in, and then really, really just start to let it out. Okay. Now, on your next deep breath in, I want you to think about where you would like to be this day, 2017. Okay. Don't think rank. Don't think where you want your business to go. Don't think major stuff like that. Okay, so take that deep breath in through your nose. Maybe see, would you like to be able to go travel for the holidays? Would you like to have been able to get a few more gifts? Okay, so take a few deep breaths in. Start to feel what that could be like for you this time next year with all the possibilities, right? There's nothing else happening. It's still 2016, so you still have everything that's open to you. And just start to feel it. Like, is there that one thing that sort of stands out in your mind? Try to really visualize what that one thing is. What does that look like? Okay, so keep that breathing in through the nose, and then really just exhale it out. Don't overthink it. This doesn't have to be that one big goal. We're not even going to really go too crazy, but just think about what you want and what that looks like for you. How do you feel? Okay, take a few more deep breaths in through the nose, and then the big sigh on the exhale. Okay. Slowly open your eyes, and I want you to grab your pen and just jot down whatever came to you. Okay. If nothing came to you, write down, Meredith, I don't know anything. Just let it out, okay? So just take these next few minutes. I can even put on some music. Take as long as you need and really just let it flow. Okay? It's like your brain dumping things out. And you're just dreaming, right? It's not anything too serious. Don't overthink anything. So really focus on the way you would feel if those things actually happened. I'm going to give you guys another 2 minutes, okay? So now as you guys start to continue writing, take as much time as you need, but start to look at what you are writing. See if there is some sort of pattern, right? Is there one common goal? Is there one common thing that stands out to you? Like, does something really jump out at you and say, That could be my thing, right? Like, what's that thing for you? Hi, Lucky. Okay, so try to see if there's something happening. And then that's sort of where you're going to start. Okay, is this thing, whatever this thing is for you. Bridget, you look confused. Are you guys confused? Or is it starting to make a little sense? Sometimes these exercises don't always bring things to light, and sometimes you just need to brain dump a little bit more. But there should be kind of like one thing that just sort of stands out, and that's kind of like, okay, even if it's finances, right? Like if a lot of things resonated about finance, then you know that there are some action steps that you can do to get to that financial place. So for instance, if something came up in your mind and you said, okay, this time next year, I want to be able to freely travel to visit my family and not have any worry about plane tickets or like going on certain days and, you know, none of that stuff. Pick the best day, first class, zero worry. Okay, so finance is like a thing. And what would that do for you, right? How would you feel? You would feel amazing. You'd feel proud. So then what we're going to do is you're going to reverse engineer that goal, okay? And then what you can do is take that as just sort of like your big goal, like finances, okay? So for me personally, when I did this exercise, everything came down to me needing to invest more money into the business. Does that make sense? So I want to invest more money into myself and into my business to further get more certifications and all of this stuff. But I need the money to go and get a certification that's going to cost $3,000. I need the money to go do these things that are going to further advance my career. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, my big goal in 2017 comes down to saving money. I need to save my money. I need to be able to save enough money for all of these things that I want to do. And that is how I came to realize that my big thing for 2017 needs to be my relationship with money. Does that make sense? Sort of like the process of how to get there now, as to like what your big goal is. And look, that has nothing to do with me wanting to rank advance, right? That has nothing to do with me wanting to do anything with my Beachbody business. But at the same time, it has everything to do with it. So then you take that big goal, and then that's how you can kind of like reverse engineer it. And then the key is to keeping your goals really small. Okay, so maybe take a minute if you didn't map out that goal. Like, did that big thing kind of like pop out at you? I'm getting a lot of blank stares. Yes? Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah, so that's something that you can do. And then what you want to do is think about making goals within 3 months. Okay, so for the most part, we're going to all start fresh come January. So all I want you to do right now is think about the next 3 months, January, February, and March. That's it. I don't want you to go past March. But what you want to do is, in the back of your mind, think about action steps that are going to lead you to this time next year. So for me, it comes down to savings and to having my finances in order, okay? So I need to learn about what to do. So I need to go find a personal development book that speaks to me about money, because I have a bad relationship with money. Okay, so maybe that's one of your first action steps, is to get a new personal development book. One thing that I really recommend you guys getting is the 30-Day Push by Chalene Johnson. And starting that come January 2nd and doing that for 30 days straight, especially if you're struggling right now with finding goals. She breaks it down so good in a day-to-day guide. And it's almost like interactive. Like, she tells you to do something and then you go do it. And then you come back and then you do it. So you're actually putting those action steps to place. Okay. So write down some goals right now for the next 3 months. Where, are you going to end March? How many, oh gosh, Lucky's on our presents. How many challenge groups are you going to run? Are you going to do one a month? Or are you going to do them every 2 months, every 3 months? Like, think about how the next 3 months of your life looks like. Like Sam, I was just talking to Sam earlier before this call, and she is going to be starting teaching another dance, which is like an additional 6 days a week of work for her. So the next 3 months for her are going to be really busy. So think about what those next 3 months look for you and be realistic. Okay, don't set this crazy goal that you're going to hit 2-star diamond by March 15th. Like, there's no point in setting those crazy, crazy goals that are going to make you feel like you have this thing on your chest, like you can't breathe. Okay, so kind of back it up a little bit. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and then hopefully Lucky doesn't destroy all of our packages. Okay, so just write these things down. Does anybody have any questions about it? If you do, you can go in the chat box and we can answer while we write. Okay. So finish wrapping them up. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna talk to you guys about next is something that Alexa and I are also going to be doing to kind of help you guys a little bit more. We basically mapped out the next few weeks as far as trainings go within our team pages. If you're not in one of our team pages, let me know and we can just add you. Like, you can join my team page so you can get all of this stuff too. Like, it doesn't matter. But what we did was, it's almost like we put ourselves back where you guys must be right now, because where you are is where we were 2 years ago. Does that make sense? So I'm coming up on 4 years doing Beachbody, which is absolutely crazy. And okay, Kim, I'll add you. And then sometimes things happen, and all it is a simple switch in your mind. And sometimes all it takes is to have one thing excite us again. And sometimes all we need is that one thing, like a new program, a new challenge pack, an event, right? Like Super Saturday is coming up. So these things are huge. Like, sometimes we just need something to bring us back to life. And that is what we're going to give to you guys. So for the next 4 weeks, all throughout January, we're basically going to be breaking down each week. So the first week throughout January, every single day we're going to talk about mindset, visualization, and personal development. Things like guided meditation, how to find the book that's for you. Like, I love You Are a Badass, but if I hear one more person say that's their PD book, I'm going to punch them in the face. I'm sorry. I love that book, but sometimes that's not what you need. And sometimes your personal development book isn't even what anybody else has ever read. My personal development books, like, are never the typical Beachbody books. Like my personal development book right now is Reading the Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. That has nothing to do with Beachbody, yet that's my personal thing. That makes me feel good inside. So we're going to talk about that, because finding your book that speaks to you is key. Like you can listen, like there's a reason why you never finish these books if you're like me. I have an entire row of books that somebody in the Beachbody world told me to go get that I never even opened, because it wasn't for me. Does that make sense? So we're going to really talk about that. We're going to narrow it down. We're going to talk a lot about income. We're going to talk a lot about volume, bonuses, and a lot of the things, the perks, like the cool things, like earning a free trip. How many people are coming to Punta Cana? Mama Tri, are you coming? You're not? Oh, why are you on the wait? Are you on the wait list? That's okay. I believe you'll get off. There's 2 weeks. That place is huge.
There is.
I believe it. Some things like that, like free trips, earning a ticket to Summit, to New Orleans. Those things are huge. So we're just going to talk about that, because sometimes I think we forget about those things, and the fact that you guys can earn quarterly bonuses. I mean, one of my bonuses was like almost $1,000. One bonus, 1 quarter, straight up in my bank account on Thursday morning. So those are things. Yes, Tammy. So I'll add you too. So basically we're going to break it down like day by day. Each week is going to have a topic, but it's basically going to be your month that Alexa and I are going to give back to you, to kind of like, re-engage you, to make it exciting again. And especially with this new challenge pack coming up. I mean, the year access is just absolutely crazy. And I really think that new challenge pack is like that thing that we all needed. You know, like when Core de Force came out, I was like, yes, this is exactly what we need. And then like 2 weeks into Core de Force, I was like, if I have to kick again, I'm literally just going to pop in Turbo Fire, because I can't take it anymore. I'm a bouncy person. But, you know, it just brings that excitement. So having something like this, you know, new challenge pack is huge. So we're going to kind of dive all into that, you know, different things. So every day there's going to be a post about it, okay? What else? Oh, we're going to be doing new groups again. So if you were, most of you guys have all gone through Rock the Basics, right? Yeah. Okay. So sometimes the best thing about Beachbody is the community. And what we've kind of lost is this Facebook group thing. I know that I've steered away from Facebook groups since the app came along, but there's just something in a beauty as far as like the coaching aspect goes with being in a group. And having like a closed group where you're with other people that are on the same page as you, pushing for the same goals, is really, really key. So in the next few weeks, we're going to kind of make a few groups based on where you are. Like some of you guys have been coaches for a really long time. So you're not going to need to be in a group with somebody who just signed up, right? Like you already know the ins and outs, like you know about the national wake-up call and stuff like that. So we're going to almost make a couple different groups, like levels. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for that to make sure you join a group, because I know for me, when I'm plugged into the team and when I'm active in the team and when I'm talking to a lot of people, I just feel good. Like I feel like I'm a part of that community. I feel like I have friends, and I feel like I found that family of just weirdos that totally accept me. For however many times I curse on a team call, you guys still just laugh it off. You know what I mean? Like that community is so key. And I think that's the one thing that makes Beachbody so different. And I know I joined half because I wanted a community, because I wanted to be friends with people that thought the same way that I did. So if you're like me and if you joined because you wanted to be a part of the community and you're not plugging into the team page, you're missing out on the reason why you signed up. And that could be the reason why you feel this disconnect to your business. That could be the reason why 2016 has been so off, because you've strayed away from the core reason why you probably signed up in the first place. Like, I know when I first signed up, I never had any little red circle things in the top of my Facebook. I never had notifications. I never had anybody interact with me or talk to me. And then I joined Team Triceps, and I had all these friends, people that wanted to talk to me and that congratulated me and would just be nice, right? So don't stray away from that. Really engage in your team pages. You guys should hopefully be in all of them. I mean, there's tons of them, but definitely get in the Team Triceps one, the Team Builders one, but really like get involved and comment to each other. You know, like if something happens, instead of messaging your upline one-on-one, comment in the team page. It's those tiny little things that are going to make you feel really connected. Okay. And then one more announcement. If Elite or Premier did come up on your radar during your whole little visualization thing, can you private message me, or you can let me know here too, because Sarah is going to be hosting a Elite call because things are changing for 2017. But I don't want to, like, I'm not even saying that I'm pushing for Elite, but it's like in the back of my head type thing. So if it's in the back of your head, but like you don't want to write it down on paper and you're like, what does it really entail? Then let me know so you can get on this call with us, okay? But there's zero pressure with the whole Elite stuff, okay? And then just one thing about next week. So are you guys going to get on with me next week for the cleanse call? Okay, so for that next week, what I need you to do is you have to come prepared, okay? There's going to be some light and some flames because you're going to actually be lighting paper on fire and releasing it. So get a bucket, make sure you have a lighter, make sure your kids are away, safety first, pets too. You don't need any little, pug noses blowing up. Okay, so basically how we came up with the cleanse idea was, I think Alexa said it, where she was like, I just want to burn 2016. And I was like, well, fuck, we should do that. So that's basically what we're going to do. I'm going to start it off with sort of like a guided meditation, kind of almost like what we did today, but I'm going to have you guys actually write down a bunch of things from 2016, and we're just going to burn it. We're going to cleanse it. I'm going to say a prayer or two, and then that's kind of it. It's kind of like a big old party. So if you're going to come on, that's sort of like a heads up of what to expect. Make sure that you have like some sort of a bucket where you can light the paper. I don't know. Make sure you have a fire extinguisher on. I don't know, just in case. Safety first. But that will be next week, okay? And that is all that I have for you guys. How do you feel? Does anybody have any questions? Do you guys want to talk about anything? Questions, comments, concerns? Are you still letting it resonate?
Can I just say something really quick?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to you in so long.
I know.
But no, I just wanted to make a comment really quick. It's been a really long time since I've like been on one of your calls or talked to you, and like you're just so like different, but like in a good way. Like it's just like you like radiate like positivity, and you're like so zen, and like it's just like a totally different side of you. And I just wanted to say that like it looks good on you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I ask you a Snapchat question?
Yeah.
How do you get started from the standpoint of like, you're at zero, you're at ground zero. You get out there and just start doing stuff without feeling, I guess it goes back to that giving a shit about what other people think or something. I don't know, but I'm like, I've been following you and a couple others, and I just absolutely love it. And I love to go out and do the little filters, but yeah, you don't see me posting anything out there.
I think I look at Snapchat as a way to show behind the scenes stuff in between the 2 to 3 posts that I do every day on social media. So, like when you're in a conversation or you're doing something really cool that has to do with Beachbody, but you don't want to like spam people with like post after post, you know what I mean? That's where Snapchat or even Instagram stories, IG stories, that they have some fun things happening. It's the same thing. Like I think about that as a way to show like the behind the scenes stuff. And the only thing that I ever really do as far as my social media is when I first started at like 0, every single post that I did at the very bottom said, come hang out with me on Snapchat. Every single post. Every single time. All I did was talk about Snapchat. Because I wanted people to know that I was there. So you have to be super consistent and repetitive. And then people will eventually, it takes time because you're asking somebody to go download another app, open up an app, and then go find you. Right. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of steps. Like somebody's really got to be committed.
Yeah. I was going to say, and I don't know, I mean, working full time, that would work maybe.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like
8 hours a day.
Right. And I mean, I've gotten asked that a lot of times too. Like, what do you do? Like, if you have a full-time job, well, then you snap the important things. You snap your entire morning. You snap when you're on your lunch break or if you have a second. And then when you get home, you snap again. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, there's going to be some downtime when you're not like active, but that's okay. You can still show what you did in the morning or what you do when you get home, like depending on when you work out. I always share my workout. That's something I do too. But I also do it as like an accountability thing. Like if I don't Snapchat, I didn't do it.
If you guys don't follow her on Snapchat, you got to because it's awesome. I love to watch you.
I'm lucky.
Yes, and lucky for sure.
People only care about lucky now.
I just like to see your workout outfit of the day.
Oh, see? Those little things, like random things that you do all the time are things that you want to be consistent with sharing on social media. Does that make sense?
And your cards. I love your cards. I told you that already, though. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so those like tiny little things like that you can share. Like I always try to share my favorite quote from my personal development in the morning. I share how many waters I drink. Things like that. That are just like useful little tips, but you don't want to waste a social media post on. Waste. Does that make sense? Sounds so bad. Does anybody else have any other questions? Kristen, if you're going to go for Premier, you should just go for Elite. And if you end up Premier, then awesome. Where are you? You don't even have can't even see what you look like. But just rewrite, I'm interested in Elite. Thank you. Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions, comments, concerns? Oh, Samuel. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just want to say that for next week's call for doing the burning of like anything, I do that every single year on my birthday.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So every single year on my birthday, because my birthday to me is like my new year. Like I think January 1st is like a new year. So October 8th for me is that. And I always take like 10 things and on my birthday, and it's awesome. So no one's ever done it before. It's like one of my favorite things to do. And now I have like my best girlfriends like do it on their birthday.
That's awesome.
That's super cool. So
that's exciting.
Yeah.
Good. Yay. So I'm excited. So next week will be good.
Super cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of Snapchat, we should snap.
Oh yeah, you guys should all see, Tammy, this is what you need to be Snapchatting.
And Tammy, I work full time and I also teach dance. So when I Snapchat my entire morning routine. So from 5 a.m. until the second I leave for work. So from the second I wake up to my workout outfit of the day, my work outfit of the day. And then sometimes during the day, and then definitely Snapchatting my students. So get ready, everybody, because my 11-year-olds are about to rock your world.
That's so funny.
They're so cute.
So just to be sure, you also have to hold the button the entire time you do it, right?
To record.
Just like on Instagram with their stories, you have to hold the whole button.
Yep.
There's no,
Yeah.
needs to be able to record like when you push record on the picture thing. That's hard. Look at you.
You'll get it.
Awesome.
It's just practice. Snapchat practice. Yeah, they do. I'm still not on that IG story bandwagon. I can't. Team
I didn't know that, Jacqueline. Now, see, I've done the Instagram stories a couple times, not very well, but it's hands-free now?
They updated. So make sure you guys go update your Instagram.
Well, and now Instagram's doing live.
Yeah, I know. So make sure you update in your Instagram app. I didn't get all of the names down. So everybody that wants to be added to Team Takeover for the month of January with all the daily posts, can you just send me like a private message on Facebook and be like, get me into your team? And then I'll just add you that way. And then the same thing for Elite and Premier, please. Okay, thank you. If nobody else has any other questions or anything, we can end it tonight. Okay, thank you guys. This was awesome. I'm really excited. I appreciate you.